everyone, it's Dr. Bell again, and I am here to introduce you to another important module, which is on discipline and child development. Every teacher that I've ever talked to wants to learn more about discipline. Discipline and guidance is the backbone of good teaching. You cannot teach well if you don't know how to set limits appropriately, you don't know when to intervene, when to interact, and how to positively interact and intervene with your students so that they learn the right ways to act in your classroom. Interestingly enough, a lot of programs are getting rid of their discipline courses, which makes no sense to me because how can you teach math and science or any other subject if you don't know how to manage your classroom? You can learn all the math and science that you want. You can't give it to kids if you don't know how to interact with them and discipline them. So this is going to be a really basic introduction to discipline. You should be getting bits and pieces of discipline and guidance in all of your courses. You had to purchase for this course a packet, and that packet is compiled by Van Brackle. It's actually different chapters from different discipline books. This one for us is on communication. But it's most important to know that you cannot discipline children unless you're connected to them. There's no buy-in. Why should I behave for you if I don't care about you? And that's the way children see it. So building community in the classroom is the first step. Showing them you care, not telling them you care, that's important too, but showing them that you care about them and their individual issues is also part of that first step. We all belong together, and it's the child that challenges us the most that needs the most care and love from us. Not just saying it, but actually doing it. It means sometimes staying up late, working on things for that particular child. It means breathing and calming yourself down before you interact with that child. It means putting yourself out there and being vulnerable and not being so quick to show them that you are the king or queen of the classroom. Authority, if you really have it, you don't have to fight for. So just knowing that you're an authority sometimes has to be enough. I'm hoping that this module will give you the basic understandings of discipline and guidance. We're taking the guidance approach because our focus is on young children. In other classes, you're going to learn other ways to manage classrooms with more behaviorist approach. So I hope that you enjoy the module. Being committed as a teacher to learning child development and how to apply it, which that's all discipline is crucial. If you really want to do good things for children, if you really want positive outcomes for the children that you serve, you have to be committed to researching best practices and not doing things because I'm the boss and taking the lazy way out, in all honesty. A lot of discipline interactions that take place in classrooms are for the teacher. They're not for the students. I'm really about the student. You really should be committed in evaluating. What am I asking them to do? Is it a reasonable expectation? Does it match their developmental stage? Am I asking them too much or too little? There's a wonderful book called So This Is Normal Too, and I think it's put out by Red Leaf Press. But it takes all those developmental difficulties and challenges that are normal parts of development and helps you kind of negotiate your way through them with families. I recommend that as a resource that you have on your teacher resource shelf, so that when you come up with a problem like hitting friends or biting or saying the bad words, you'll have a way to talk about that with families. There's another book called, I'm going to remember it, Practical Solutions to Every Problem. And it also takes little discipline problems that happen and gives you kind of a pattern to follow so that you can solve those problems. However, I will warn you that that book is more behaviorist based, so it's not going to be effective with some children. The relationship approach is the one that I use the most, and that is effective with every child, and then you can add the behaviorist to that if you find it's necessary. So enjoy the module. I hope you get a lot out of it. Read your packet chapter on communicating and watch the PowerPoints and the little web clips, and hopefully it'll give you some insight on child development and discipline and guidance.